Class 7, how are you all? So last time we studied about wool and silk. Yes, in this class we will study something more about silk. Silkworm means silk moth. You already know the meaning. Yes, am I right? So whatever we studied in previous class, first of all let's revise. Okay, let's revise it. Then we will go to the next topic. So first is, you can see on the screen, cutting of wool. Yes, first topic you can see on the screen, cutting of wool. So we know that we get wool from different animal. Yes, we get wool from different animals. Can you tell me the name of animals which are actually fleece and wool bearing animals? Which are fleece and wool bearing animals? Which are, we know that fleece and wool bearing animals like sheep, goat, yak, camel, bear, and different kind of alpaca, llama, these. So these are fleece and wool bearing animals. Okay, and what is the meaning of fleece? What is the meaning of fleece? Fleece means the fine soft hair, the fine soft under hair of animal. Okay, and so to get fleece and wool from these animals, what will we do? We will cut with the help of scissor. Yes, generally the rearers cut their wool using a scissor, and they also use cutter. Yes, they also use cutter for cutting the wool, and to cut the wool in different length they use comb also. They use comb. With the help of comb and cutter they cut. As you can see in the picture, can you see in the picture, one rearer is cutting the wool of a sheep. Yes, can you see in the picture? Yes, okay. So I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. Okay, it's as you can see the topic yarn, types of yarn and uses of yarn, types of yarn and uses of yarn. Yes, we revised it in last class, previous class we revised it, but if you did not attend the previous class you can write down. Okay, so there are two types of yarn. Yes, how many types of yarn? Two types of yarn. So first type of yarn is long yarn and second type of yarn is shorter yarn. Okay, so there are two type of yarn, long yarn and shorter yarn. And what is the use of long yarn and what is the use of shorter yarn? Yes, long yarn is used generally to make sweater. It is also used to make muffler and cap and socks. Yes, so the long yarn threads are usually knitted to make sweater, muffler, caps and socks. And what is the use of shorter yarn? What is the use of shorter yarn? The shorter yarn threads are woven into fabric. Yes, the shorter yarn are used to make fabric. The shorter yarn are used to make fabric. Fabric means they are used to make wearing clothes. Yes, like shirt, pant. Okay. So these are the two uses and there are two type of yarn. Please write down. If you have not attended previous class, please write down. I am giving you 10 seconds. So kids, I hope you understood that how many types of yarn. There are two types of yarn, long yarn and shorter yarn. What are the different uses of yarn? Long yarn is used to make sweater, muffler, cape and socks, and shorter yarn used to make fabrics. Yes, the shorter yarn threads are woven into fabric. I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. Okay kids, now let's study the next topic. So next topic, silk. Yes, so you know about silk that there are different type of silk we get from different kind of silkworm. Yes, am I right? And you know that silk is very useful. Yes, silk is very useful. We use silk to make fabrics. Yes, we use silk to make fabric. Am I right? We use silk to make fabric. Yes, and as you can see on the screen, silk fiber is obtained from the cocoon of the silkworm. Yes, silkworm is also known as silk moth. Yes, silkworm is also known as silk moth. Yes, am I right? And you know that cocoon is the young form of silkworm, and the silk moth lives on the leaves of mulberry plants. Yes, where does silkworm lives? So silk moth lives on the leaves of mulberry plants. Okay, and different types of silk. We know that different types of silkworm produce different types of silk in terms of luster and texture. Luster means shining, texture means appearance, how does it look like, is it soft or coarse. Okay, and we know that different type of silk like tassar silk. Maybe somebody can study this word tassar. Okay, it doesn't matter. Tassar silk, muga silk, kosa silk. Okay, these are the silk produced by different type of silk moth, and mulberry silk is the most common silk. Okay, and what do you mean by sericulture? Yes, what is the meaning of sericulture? Sericulture means the rearing of silkworm for obtaining silk is called sericulture. Yes, so when somebody take care of silkworm, if somebody is doing the business to get silk, so he or she will take care of silkworm. So what is he or she doing? He or she is rearing. So it means rearing, take caring is rearing. So the rearing of silkworm for obtaining silk is called sericulture. Okay, I hope you understood. Okay, if you have not attended previous class, please write down. I am giving you 10 seconds. Okay kids, so I hope you understood. Silk fiber is obtained from the cocoons of silkworm. The silk moth lives on the leaves of mulberry, and different type of silk, asar silk, muga silk, kosa silk, and the rearing of silkworm for obtaining silk is called sericulture. Yes, what is sericulture? The rearing of silkworm for obtaining silk is called sericulture. Now let's move on the next point. So kids, last time we studied the history of silk. Yes, did we? So silk was discovered in China. Silk was discovered in China around 3500 BC. 3500 BC, yes, before Christ. It was discovered. First time it was discovered in China. Okay, and silk became a prized possession. Yes, it became a prized possession. It when somebody wore silk, it showed that that person is actually decent or very high rich. So it showed that. So silk became a prized possession because of its fine quality and luster. Yes, silk was very fine and it was luster, and originally it was used by emperors only. Yes, actually it was used by emperor, king. Yes, the in ancient time the king wear the clothes of silk. Yes, in ancient time, in old time, king wear the clothes of silk, and it was through trade. Then China started doing the business of silk. China started doing the business of silk, and the silk spread to the other part of world. Yes, in this such, and thus the silk spread to the other part of world. Yes, and as per historian, according to historian, actually silk was produced in India also. Yes, there are some proof which shows that silk was also produced in India. Proof of use of silk during the Indus Valley civilization, yes, has also been found. When the Indus Valley civilization was present, that time some proof found that they knew how to use silk. Okay, I hope you understood. If you have not attended the previous class, please write down. I am giving you 10 seconds. So kids, I hope you understood that silk was discovered in China first. It was originally used by emperors. As per historians, silk was produced in India also. Proof is during the Indus Valley civilization has been found. Okay, I hope you understood. Now let's begin the new topic. Okay kids, now we will study life cycle of silkworm. Yes, life cycle of silkworm, the new topic we are going to study. So we can divide the life cycle of silkworm in 4 stages. But before it, I want to ask you, what is the meaning of life cycle? Yes, life cycle means, what is the meaning of life cycle? You tell me. Yes, tell me what is the meaning of life cycle. Life cycle means changing of silkworm from young form to adult form. That is the meaning of life cycle. Yes, changing from young form to adult form. Okay, so to change, while changing silkworm from young form to adult form, it goes through 4 stages. And if I talk about human, if I talk about us, we also go through different stages of life cycle. Yes, in the childhood, first of all we were baby, then become child, then become adolescence, then now we have become adult. Okay, so it was our stage, and then we will become old, then at last we will die. In the same way, life cycle of silkworm has 4 stages. We can divide. There are 4 stages in the life cycle of silk moth. First stage name is egg. Second stage name is larva. Third stage name is pupa, and last stage is adult. So, first of all, what happens? The silk moth. Which silk moth? Female silk moth. I already shown you the picture of male silk moth and female silk moth, and you know the male silk moth is smaller in size while female silk moth is large in size. So first of all, what happens? Female silk moth lays egg. Yes, female silk moth gives egg. Yes, and it gives lot of egg. Yes, don't think that female silk moth give only one egg. No, it gives lot of egg. So first of all, it lays egg. Then what happens? After about 14 days, eggs are hatched into larva. Yes. So what comes out from egg? What comes out from egg? Larva comes out from egg after 14 days, and larva is also known as caterpillar. Larva we also call caterpillar. Then caterpillar eat mulberry plants leaves. Yes, larva eat mulberry plants leaves. Yes, it eats leaves of mulberry plants. Then after some days it became pupa. Yes, it grown into pupa. Yes, so it grown into pupa. Okay, then it started releasing fiber made of protein. Yes, release means secrete, secret. Yes, then it secretes fibers made from of protein. Yes, it release fiber made of protein and weaves the fiber around itself completely. Yes, then it weaves bunna, weaves fiber around itself completely, and this covering is called cocoon. And I told you already, we get silk from cocoon. We get silk from cocoon, and live in cocoon for some time. Yes, so the pupa live in cocoon. Pupa lives in cocoon for some time. After coming out of cocoon, grow into silk moth. Yes, then after coming out of cocoon, the pupa convert into silk moth. Yes, please write down, then I will explain again. So step number 1, first of all, step number 1, female silk moth lays egg. Step number 2, larva hatched out from egg. Larva is also known as caterpillar. Step number 3, it grown into pupa, which secretes fibers of protein and weaves the fiber around itself completely. Step number 4, after weaving the fiber around itself completely, this covering is known as cocoon, and pupa lives in cocoon for some time. And last step is, after coming out of cocoon, it grow into silk moth. Okay, I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. Okay, now let's try to understand it by picture. Let's try to understand it by picture. Can you see the picture of adult silk moth? Yes, it is actually female silk moth. What is it? It is actually female silk moth. Yes, so female silk moth hatch out egg. You can see the female silk moth in white color. Can you see female silk moth in white color? Yes, the color I have given, it is in white. And first of all, what happens? Female silk moth hatch out egg. You can see the egg on the leaves of mulberry plant. You can see the egg on the leaves of mulberry plant. Then eggs hatch out larva. Yes, you can see the picture of larva. Can you see? Larva is also known as caterpillar, and caterpillar eats the leaves of mulberry plants. Caterpillar eats the leaves of mulberry plant. Okay, then it slowly starts releasing a fiber. Yes, it releases fiber which is made of protein, and caterpillar weaves it around itself. Caterpillar weaves the fiber made of protein around itself. Okay, and this fiber you can see in white color. Can you see in white color? Yes, it is known as cocoon. Okay, and inside the cocoon, caterpillar grow and convert into pupa. Yes, inside it caterpillar grown into pupa, then after it pupa developed into silk mode. Okay, pupa developed into silk mode, and we remove the cocoon and boil it to get silk. Okay, we remove the cocoon and we boil it to get silk. I hope you understood. So look the picture carefully. I'm giving you 10 seconds. Look the picture carefully, then I will ask you something. So kids, you know that silk moth lays egg? Yes. Now what comes out of egg? Tell me what comes out of egg. Yes, caterpillar. What is the another name of caterpillar? Larva. Yes, very good. Larva is the another name of caterpillar. And what does caterpillar eat? Yes, caterpillar eats mulberry plants leaves. And then what happens? Caterpillar convert into what? Yes, it convert into pupa. Yes. What is cocoon? What is cocoon? When caterpillar secretes a fiber made of protein, then it weaves around it. That stage is known as cocoon. Then what happens after cocoon? Yes, cocoon convert into silk mode. And how do we get silk? Yes, we take out the cocoon and boil it, thus we get silk. Okay, I hope you understood the complete process. Now let's move on the next point. Okay kids, as you can see the picture of mulberry tree and mulberry leaves. Yes, can you see the picture of mulberry tree and mulberry leaves? Yes, this is how it looks like, on which what happens, on which caterpillar grow and converts into pupa. Yes, caterpillar grows and converts into pupa. And I already told you that caterpillar eats what? What does caterpillar eat? Caterpillar eat mulberry plants leaves. Mulberry means shahtut. Okay, you can see mulberry, yes, on the leaves. Can you see? Yes. So kids, I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. Now kids, we will study the complete processing of silk. Yes, the complete processing means how do we rear it, means rearing of silkworm. After rearing, what do we do? Then how to dye it. So we will study the stages, all the stages we will study. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, processing of silk involve following stages. First stage is rearing of silkworm, second is reeling, third is dyeing, then spinning and weaving. Okay, so the process of obtaining silk from silk moth involves following stages. So which stages are involved for obtaining silk from silk moth? First is rearing of silkworm, second is reeling, third is dyeing, D-Y-E-I-N-G, and spinning and weaving. Okay, please write down, I am giving you 10 seconds. So I hope you understood all these stages. Try to memorize them. Yes, try to learn, try to understand. Okay, without mugging up. So which are the main 4 stages for the processing of silk? For the processing of silk, for obtaining silk from silk moth means silkworm, these 4 stages are involved. First stage is rearing of silkworm, second is reeling, third is dyeing, and last is spinning and weaving. Okay, now let's move on the next point. Okay, it's look the picture carefully and try to explain the processing of silk. Try to explain the processing of silk. Can you see the picture of female silk moth? Female silk moth, can you see the picture? Yes, it is in white color, can you see? And you can see the next picture followed by this eggs of silk moth, female silk moth, eggs of female silk moth. Okay, and can you see caterpillar picture? Yes. Then can you see cocoon? Yes. After cocoon, can you see in white color silk? Yes. Can you see the picture of a lady? She is weaving silk. Yes. And at the last picture, can you see the last picture? Yes, it is a prepared clothes made of silk. So to make the clothes of silk, we goes through different stages. Yes, first of all we need to rear it. We need to rear it carefully because silk moth gives lot of eggs. Yes, female silk moth gives many eggs. So then caterpillar means larva hatch out, then it start eating mulberry plants leaves, then it weaves a fiber around it made of protein. This is now this form is we call it cocoon, and inside the cocoon caterpillar grown into pupa. Then this cocoon give us silk. Yes, this cocoon give us silk. We need to wash it carefully. Okay, then we make thread of it. Yes, we make thread from this silk fiber. Then through big machines, different machines, we make fabric. Okay, now let's study the first stage, rearing of silkworm. Let's move on the next slide. Okay, it's rearing of silkworm. So we know that the female silk moth lay eggs. Yes, female silk moth lays egg. Eggs are stored over a clean cloth or paper strip. Yes, after giving eggs, where do we store after laying egg by female silk moth? Where do we store them? Where do we store them? We store them on a clean cloth or a clean paper strip. Yes, then the eggs are warmed to a suitable temperature. Yes, if you will not put in suitable temperature, larva will not hatch out. So we need to put them in, we need to warm the egg at a suitable temperature. Okay, the eggs hatch into larva. Yes, then the eggs hatch into larva, we also call it caterpillar. Yes, the silkworm are kept in bamboo. Then caterpillar, it grows in, we put them into bamboo tray. Yes, we put into bamboo tray where they feed on mulberry leaves and grow in size. Yes, so when we put into bamboo trays, in bamboo tray we also put leaves, mulberry leaves. So caterpillar, or you can say silkworms, start eating mulberry leaves, then it grows in size, that it grows in size. Okay, and after 30 to 40 days, after 30 to 40 days, the silkworm stop eating and begins to spin cocoon. Yes, after 30 to 40 days, silkworm stop eating mulberry leaves. Yes, then it it secrete fiber made of protein and weaves around it, so it becomes cocoon. So after 30 to 40 days, the silkworm stop eating and begins to spin cocoon. Then slowly cocoon get hardened. So in the beginning cocoon is soft, then it becomes hardened slowly. because of exposure to air, because of coming in contact with air, it becomes hard, cocoon becomes hard. And what happens inside the cocoon? Inside the cocoon, what happens? Yes, caterpillar grow into pupa. Yes, inside the cocoon, the silkworm develops into silk moth. Yes, silkworm means caterpillar. So caterpillar develop into silk moth. Yes, first of all it develop into pupa, then at last it becomes adult. We call it silk moth also. Okay, so please write down. I'm giving you 10 seconds. So kids, I hope you understood. So these are all about rearing of silkworm. So first of all, what happens? The female silk moth lays egg. Okay, female silk moth lays egg. Eggs are stored over a clean cloth. Yes, where do we store? We store them over a clean cloth or paper strip. Yes, and the eggs are warmed to a suitable temperature. Then suitable temperature is required for the eggs to hatch into larva. When they get suitable temperature, the eggs warmed and the eggs hatch into larva, and this larva is also known as caterpillar, or you can call silkworm. Okay, the silkworm are kept in bamboo tray. Then we put them into bamboo tray, and we along with it we also put mulberry leaves. Yes, so the silkworm are kept in bamboo tray and feeds on mulberry leaves and grows in size. Yes, then it started growing in size. After 30 to 40 days, what happens? The silkworm stop eating and begins to spin cocoon. Yes, it begins to spin cocoon. Cocoon get hardened because of exposure to air. Inside the cocoon, what happens? The silkworm develop into pupa, pupa develop into silk moth. Okay. This is the first step, rearing of silkworm. Now let's understand this step by picture. Let's move on the next slide. Okay kids, can you see the picture of white silk female silk moth? Can you see? So it lays egg. Yes, then we store them on a cloth or a strip of paper. As you can see, we store them on a strip of paper. Yes, then after storing on a strip of paper, the main requirement of egg is temperature, warm temperature. When the eggs are warmed at a fixed temperature, then what happens? The larva comes out of egg. Yes, the eggs hatch into larva, and larva is also known as caterpillar. As you can see on the screen, the picture of caterpillar. Yes, then they start growing, they start eating. We put them in a bamboo tray with mulberry leaves. They start eating leaves. Then what happens? After 30 to 40 days, they stop eating and begins to spin cocoon. Yes, they release the secret, or you can say secrets, or release the secrets fiber made of protein and spin into cocoon. Cocoon gets hard, it becomes hard due to air. Then inside the cocoon, the silkworm develop into silk moth. Okay, these are the steps. Okay, I hope you understood. Now it's time to ask question from you. Okay, let's move on the last point. Okay, it's question number 1. Explain the life cycle of silk. Question number 1. Explain the life cycle of silk. So there are 4 stages in the life cycle of silk moth. There are 4 stages in the life cycle of silk moth. First stage is egg means female silk moth lays egg. Female silk moth lays egg. Second stage name is larva. Yes. Second stage name is larva. It means, what does it mean? It means eggs hatch into larva. Larva is also known as caterpillar, or you can also call them silkworm. Okay, third stage is pupa. Pupa means caterpillar grows into pupa, and around it develops cocoon, means a fiber made of protein. Okay, and then last stage is adult. So pupa develop and becomes adult, means it becomes silk mode. Okay, these are the four stage. Okay, I hope you understood. Okay, next question, write the steps of processing of cell. Yes, there are four steps of processing of cell. First step is rearing, second is reeling, third is dyeing, and last is spinning and weaving. Okay, so there are four stages of processing of silk: rearing of silkworm, reeling, dyeing, spinning and weaving. Okay, today we studied rearing of silkworm. Today we studied rearing of silkworm. Tomorrow we will study the remaining steps. Okay. Okay, question number 3. Write a short note on rearing of silkworm. Write a short note on rearing of silkworm. Okay. The first of all, we know that female silk moth lays egg. Yes, and eggs are stored on a clean cloth or on a paper strip. The eggs are warmed then to a suitable temperature. So the eggs hatch into larva. We also call it caterpillar or silkworm. Then we put them into a bamboo tray. Then we put them into bamboo tray with mulberry leaves. So larva started eating leaves. Then after 30 to 40 days, the silkworm stop eating and begins to spin cocoon. Then due to when we expose them to air, then cocoon become hard, and inside the cocoon silkworm develops into silk mode. Okay, these are the steps. I hope you understood. Now the remaining we will study in next video. Till then, bye bye.